Hi, my name is George from Canadian Coalition of Concerned Citizen. Well, basically, we're a group to try to sensibilize people regarding Motion 103 and what Islam is doing to this country. Yeah, I'm Lebanese. I was born in Lebanon in 1970, and basically, I'm also Armenian and Assyrian heritage. Assyrian is from the Empire of Assyria. Okay, basically, this guy called Sin, I don't know, whatever the guy's name there. He's doing a workshop, and this workshop is basically to resist the right. But they have military training, they have many stuff that they're doing, and in my opinion, it is basically a organization that's trying to recruit terrorists. And when I talk about terrorists, there's different type of terrorists. They're trying to go and terrorize people. They want to talk against the government that wants to talk about Islam. So basically, they go out there and they basically silence people through violence. Well, his name, the guy who organizes, his name is Sid. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what his. I forgot how you write his name. Maybe how you write his name. Singh. Sorry.
Oh, like sing.
Yeah, Singh. Sorry, Singh. And basically it's a group like Antifa, and I think that's what it is. He's basically, yeah, it's Antifa. Yeah. Well, I look at their schedule, what they're trying to do that day, and in there basically they're saying that they're trying to do auto defense. They're trying to do introduction to cybersecurity. They're doing how to you know protect yourself from the cops. Then they have open borders, so they want to know how we open the borders. Then how you can defend against uh, defend and attack, resist the right, like basically a Trump and all basically anybody that they find that is right. But what is right anyway? You know?
And today they were having, is it at Concordia they were meeting today?
Yeah, it's basically from 10 to 6. And I was looking. They had, I wanted to go and see what they were doing. It was open to everybody. So I got some a friend of mine's that we want to go. We were not even going to do anything physical. We went there in a very peaceful manner. I had brought my Canadian flag, because I like to show that I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian, and okay, so I went there to basically be able to attend this event. Nothing violent. Just go there, take pictures, film them, see what they're doing. If it's not anything criminal, what they're going to be worried about. And I called the police and I told them, look, I'm worried about what they're doing. And they told me, well, it's borderline, but they're allowed to freedom of speech. I go, am I allowed to go and watch what they're doing and filming it? Because I want to make sure what they're doing is not terrorism. I don't know. If they're doing it in Concordia, it's not like their house. This is Concordia University, and we're basically paying. We're paying to train terrorists in our. Yeah, incredible. Uh, I mean, I've seen what they've done. I have some people that are in Ottawa and they were intimidated, like basically people 70 years old. I saw ladies I heard ladies that they took their phone and they smashed them, ladies in their 50 years old. They're basically contesting Motion 103. I've heard many people being attacked by
Well,
these
wait, sorry,
Antifa.
I have to stop you there. So, Antifa were smashing the phones of women in their 50s
Yeah,
because the women in their 50s were against M103.
yeah, basically, yes.
So essentially, Trudeau's allies and supporters for M103 were these Antifa thugs.
Without a doubt. The communist group too. You also have what else? I didn't see too many Islamists, but I'm pretty sure they're behind, not too far away. But basically, the communists. There was also Black Lives Matter. So, and I think Winnipeg. They were not. I don't think they're big here, but Winnipeg. I think they were there and a couple of other places. So you have the Antifa, the communist groups, and Black Lives Matters that are supporting basically Trudeau.
So when you went there, what happened? You drove to Concordia.
Yeah, basically what happened is I had insurance from a police officer that I'm allowed to go there and that I was going to be protected. For me, I believe when someone tells me something. So I went there was about 150 of them, and I stopped my car. I had a live stream, and I got out of my car. I took my flag on a hockey pole, and I went there, and I waved my flag, and then this guy Singh, he basically ordered these groups to attack me. He goes, "This is George Hallak, Canadian Christian concerned citizen," and he's basically pointing at the people to attack me, and he go attack this guy. So then 5 guys rushed me. They masked with an ANTIFA mask, and they pepper sprayed me, and they start punching me. And I could take maybe 1 or 2 guys, but 5 guys, and there was 150 behind them. It's kind of a losing battle. But I had thought the cops were backing me up, so and then I had other groups that were going to come, and I didn't think they're going to be aggressive to that extent, especially when there was cops around. So then the cops, they rushed, they separated us, and to my surprise, they roughed me up. So the police, instead of protecting me against these 150 people, I was with my wife, and they also attacked my wife. They were trying to threaten her and throwing eggs on her and basically attacking us. And the police, instead of like arresting those guys, they handcuffed me and basically treated me like a criminal. And I had my Canadian flag. And then I asked him, "Why are you arresting me?" He goes, "You have a flag." I go, "I'm not allowed to have a flag of Canada anymore. This is not Canada anymore." So these fascists and the police were basically against me because they handcuffed me very severely. They roughed me up, and I go, "Why am I being? What's the reason you are stopping me?" He told me I'm basically doing trouble. How you call it?
Inciting trouble or something.
Yeah, inciting trouble. So one guy against 150, I'm inciting trouble with my wife. You know. So then so then afterwards they handcuff me. And the guy they're saying, he's calling me all the names. This guy is a racist. This guy is xenophobe. This guy is Islamophobe. All the names you want, and and then he went in front of my wife's car, and he wanted to basically beat up my wife, and he's basically threatening my wife. A patriot, a
How did,
Canadian.
did but have you ever had any contact with him before?
No, no.
So
Well,
how
basically not physically, but basically, I had organized some marches on March 4th all over Canada. We also organized one in the 19th all over Canada, and then we did one in Ottawa on the 21st with basically letters sent out to all the MPs regarding the motion 103.
I see. Okay. So yeah, and so this guy did have a reason to know who you were, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Because basically, I put an event saying that we're gonna be coming,
Okay.
but we said we're yeah peaceful, and we just want to check it out, and we want to see what they're teaching. We're allowed, and then he put a protest regarding what we're coming. So he called all his friends, the Antifa gang, the terrorist gang, to come and basically silence us. So I was not scared of them. There were only 150. I think I was more scared of the cops. I think the cuff ripped me up more than these 150 people. They handcuffed me. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yes. I did make it out of my car, but unfortunately, I think they have something to block the internet there for my live stream. I don't know what happened. Maybe I pushed the wrong button. It's weird. All of a sudden, it just went blank the moment I went out of the car. Basically, this guy saying he starts saying, "This is George Hallak, Canadian Coalition Concerns Canadian Coalition of Concerned Citizen. This is the guy that's a hateful guy. He's a racist, he's a xenophobe, he's Islamophobe. He started insulting me, and then he was directing people to attack me, and he goes, attack this guy. So he's basically inciting hate. As simple as that.
He actually directed people to attack you.
Yes.
And then what form did the attack take?
Basically, 5 guys rushed me with pepper spray, and they started hitting me.
Actually hitting you?
Oh yeah, they punched me out maybe 20 times. Yeah, no, actually, my wife, she came out of the car and she started screaming at them, and then she goes, get away from my husband, and then they backed off, and then the cops came.
And then the cops arrested you?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, they
assaulted.
But did they take you to the police station?
No. What are they going to arrest me for? So basically, they gave me a ticket for, I'm going to read the ticket in French, but I translate it. It's basically participating in a fight or if a act of violence on domain public.
Now, is there a fine associated with that ticket?
Yeah, basically the fine is $500 plus $142, so $642.
What's the $142 for?
Just the tax.
There's a tax on a fine?
Yep.
That's worth a revolution already. So $500 fine and $142 tax on the fine.
Demonstrations were held simultaneously outside Concordia University, one to stop a conference aimed at resisting the far right, the other to defend their right to promote diversity and inclusivity. Amanda Klein on that.
Two groups that usually remain far apart were on the same corner. The demonstration turned violent.
The Soldiers of Odin are trying to demonstrate. They're an anti-immigrant group.
The goal of the demonstration was to disrupt a conference being held at Concordia denouncing racism and Islamophobia.
The Canadian Coalition of Concerned Citizens are trying to disrupt our conference. They're groups that have organized in the past against immigrants, against Muslims. They represent far-right, anti-Muslim, anti-immigrant ideas.
The administrator for the Canadian Coalition of Concerned Citizens posted this video on Facebook this morning before arriving at Concordia, calling the conference a terrorist workshop.
If we're patriots, that means we're from the extreme right. How's everybody? Welcome. Today we're going to a live event, and this event is about basically Singh and his terrorist activities that he's doing at Concordia. He's basically teaching people how to beat up other people and how to resist the what's it called? He calls it the far right. Bonjour à tous. Directement de Montréal, nous allons à un événement organisé par Singh. Et son événement, c'est pour protester, contrer la résistance de la droite. Honnêtement, je sais même pas ce que ça veut dire résistance de la droite. La droite extrême. Alors, si nous sommes des patriotes, ça veut dire qu'on est de la droite extrême. So if we're patriots, that means we're from the extreme right. If we're Quebecers, Canadians that are against basically open borders, open sanctuary cities, Motion 103, which is just passed, which is basically the beginning of Sharia law in Canada. Let's not joke around. The Motion 103 will become a bill, then it will become a law, then it will become a basic Sharia law.